great. These beautiful looking eggs, they are the grandparents to those eggs.
What?
Well, their chickens laid the eggs. So
Who's?
Miss Hannelore and Mr. Marty.
Oh, yeah.
We can't hear you guys.
We're all muted.
Oh, that's why. Why are you all muted?
I don't know.
You can unmute.
We're all muted. Okay, so what we should do is do you have little bowls, Jen, that we can put the ingredients in?
Not muted now.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. So everyone should at this point, I'm going to just go over, we have our ovens heated to 375 or 400, somewhere around there. And we have with us 4 cups of honey, 4 cups of flour. Wait a second.
Hey, Brian?
Yeah, give me, yes, sir.
Shoshana?
The email said 425. Are we taking it down?
We're taking it down a little bit. You get extra points, Jesse, for noticing that. How many other people notice it?
Overcooking my mom.
Yeah. So we have our flour, our pepper, salt, water, olive oil, honey, and egg. Which of these is traditionally, okay, hands on buzzers, everyone. Which of these is traditionally not in matzah?
Honey.
The answer is all of these are traditionally in matzah. It's just we've been brainwashed in the last 50 years that matzah should taste like cardboard.
That sounds yucky.
Thanks, Joe. We're going to wait another moment. We can't start. We can't officially start yet because we're not even at, oh yeah. I have a little technical helper here. She's running all the cameras so high. That's camera 1. That's camera 3. That's camera 2. That's camera 1 with a little picture-in-picture. Is that not fancy? Show them doing camera 3 so they can see the whole setup. So that's where we are. That's camera 1. Camera 2's right over there. And then there's Anycam. Bring them to Anycam.
Wait, no. Wait.
This is the pre-show. Welcome to the pre-show. 4 cups of flour, 1.5 teaspoon black pepper. What do I have to? Okay. Well, are they on Anycam?
No.
There's Anycam. And the best part of Anycam, well, that's our kitchen. That's Jane's cam.
1 second. Okay.
Best part of Anycam is you can look at my butt. I'll be honest. I know we were all thinking it. I just wanted to call that out.
Your wife's there, so I'm going to refrain from any comment whatsoever.
Hold on.
Wow, this is very high tech, Rabbi. I'm very impressed with you.
Oh, thank you, Hannah. What were you impressed with?
How high tech this is.
Thank you.
I see cameras like all over your cabinets and stuff. This is.
There is. I can show you. Annie and I with crayons and markers last night diagrammed out exactly how this was going to work. And here we are.
We cannot use crayons.
Pretty amazing.
Okay, we didn't use crayons. We used highlighters and different colored markers. My bad. I exaggerated the story.
Crayons would also have been acceptable.
Thank you.
So.
We have people who are chatting away, which is great. Joe, you know what I'm going to ask you?
Yes, sir.
Would you moderate the chat? And
I'd be happy to do that.
Because you're not going to be getting your hands dirty.
No, I'm not cooking anything of any kind anytime soon.
All right.
Oh. Flour for this.
Where do you want? This one?
No. We can, yeah, that one first.
All right.
So, Rabbi, it's 11:01.
Okay, are we ready to...
I don't know if you want to start your recording.
Can you start the recording, Alex? And we're recording. We're live. Hello? Are we live?
Hello. Stuff is happening.
Annie, you have to record it. You're the host.
Wait, it's recording.
Okay, we're recording. Well, hello. Welcome. This is live. In case you were wondering, This is live. I mean, what am I going to say? You should know that you're alive, and that's an important part of Passover. We are. I'm trying to get the right camera here. We are about to be making matzah. There we are. We're going to be making matzah, and everyone's oven should be preheated to about 400. We have 4 cups of flour, a few tablespoons of salt, 1.5 of pepper, 8 tablespoons water, some oil. How many oil?
I think
It's there. 4 tablespoons of oil, 8
olive oil.
tablespoons of honey, and the eggs. And we are going to be making 4 eggs. And we are going to be making this recipe. This is according to a recipe from 1503. And do it along with me. Annie, can you do gallery view so everyone can see each other? We're going to put our wet ingredients together. So I'm going to
Hey,
add...
Brian, before you start,
Yes.
are you sure it's 2? How much salt did you say?
I said... Oh, so it's either a 1/2 teaspoon or 1.5 teaspoons, depending on how salty you like it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for asking, Bonnie. Any other questions before the honey hits the egg?
If I don't have eggs, can I use flax eggs? As long as it's a binder, right?
How much water did
I don't know the answer to that.
The chickens were not ready for Passover.
All right, so use flax seeds.
Okay, cool.
Okay, here's full permission to all of you. Feel free to empower yourself to change this recipe as necessary for you.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So we're mixing in our wet ingredients all together. Annie, are they on a view so they can see each other?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Y'all see each other?
Yes.
Good. Keep going, baby. And take it easy on the water. We're only going to add, we can add more water. You can't take it out. So we have the honey.
Hey, I'm so proud of you. You're doing so well.
Thank you, Joe, who is sitting there watching us cook. And then I'm going to combine my dry ingredients. So I'm going to put my salt, and we went heavy on pepper, but that's our family. And mix those in together. I have one Passover joke. I'm going to save that for now. So how are you guys doing? How's the pandemic been? Good.
Is there any way we can see the ingredients again? I had to go to the hen house and grab the eggs.
Really?
I did.
Really? That's
did.
just
Who was that?
that's just adorable.
Who was that?
So here we go. We have 4 eggs
Okay.
that are mixed together. We're holding on to the water, but 4 tablespoons olive oil, 6 tablespoons honey, thereabouts. That's all of our liquids.
Thank you. But if we accidentally put the water in already, should I start over with new eggs?
No, it's fine.
I mean, it's
Guys,
going in.
it's going in.
Hey,
So,
Brian,
yes,
you said 6 tablespoons of honey. We said your recipe says 4.
fine, 4. Guys, listen.
It's not an exact science. Is that what you're telling me?
What are you no, take 6 grams out. No, it's fine. This is matzah. The whole point of Passover, and it's ironic because we all get all tight ass about what are all the rules, but Passover is supposed to be about relaxing some, right? So let's.
Right.
And
when the Jews leaving Egypt did not have time to measure properly.
The Jews never left Egypt,
Whoa.
but don't tell anyone. So we're going to be adding the wet into the dry.
Yeah.
We're going to add the wet into the dry, and we're going to wind up with a very sticky, supple. I'm going to use the word supple.
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 Okay.
Thank you.
Supple.
S-U-P-P-L-E, supple.
Yeah. Okay. So we're mixing wet and.
No one's ready for spelling bee.
Did you mix together like that?
I mixed all the dries. I mixed all the wets together. We're mixing all the dries together. Yeah.
Oh, this is...
That's
Oh, it's so gross.
Yeah.
How much
18 nuts.
How much salt again? There's a question about how much salt.
Half a teaspoon to 1.5 teaspoons.
Thank
Do
you.
not do more than 1.5 teaspoons or the whole thing's ruined.
Wait, tell them what you're doing.
Okay, so we're putting the wet in with the dry. I had to add a little bit of water here. Think about if it's rained recently where you live. If the answer is no, you're going to do more water. If the answer is it's rained more recently, you're going to do a little less water.
Wow, that is extremely scientific, and I love
Well,
it.
I know that from making challah. When I make challah, if it's raining, I add a lot less water. So
Wait,
let me
is
go.
it the humidity?
Yeah, totally.
That's so cool. I'm into it.
Thank you, Professor Science. So, going back in history, they didn't have, right, they couldn't, this is so much fun.
This is so
Um,
gross.
They didn't have exact measurements like we do today, our very European, imperial-minded, we will measure and calculate everything. Their measurements were much looser, and in the Talmud, the measurements that they have, there are two measurements I remember. One is kazayit, and that meant something that's about the size of an egg. That was the way you measured. Was it the size of the egg, or was it the size of an olive? Right? It's handy. Tablespoons and cups. All right. Anybody else with fun scientific
This is also
facts?
incredibly gross, so don't
Oh,
be scared of
Should we
this
talk
stuff.
about the Exodus at this point?
No.
You guys ready for that? How are we doing? Annie, can you do us so we can see everyone's picture?
Really don't.
Oh, yeah, that was a bad idea. Let's get your hands back to...
Do we have to do this with our hands?
You can borrow Annie's hands if you'd like.
Here.
Brian, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is the salt and pepper considered dry? Do we add them now?
Yeah, add them in.
Okay, great.
Now, okay, I'm going to go on a little bit while we're mixing because
God, this
I need a little bit more water. I say that as though I know. I don't.
What's our consistency? What's our dough consistency?
It's supposed to be flaky. It's going to be a flaky, dry dough.
I cup F.
You want a... I understand it's like a strudel dough, but I don't know what a strudel dough is like.
So should we sift on some more flour if we're too liquidy?
Yeah. So you're going to want a dry dough.
Okay. Can I wash my hands?
Josh, do you see James answer in the chat to your debate about salt? Anywhere from a half a teaspoon.
Anywhere from a half to 1.5. So that's something that Kim changed in the recipe recently.
Can I?
She added in more salt.
Can I wash my hands?
It's so fun to cook with all of you.
Isn't it
I love
though?
it.
Rabbi,
I think we should have more
Rabbi,
live cooking classes.
if the dough is a little too wet, do we add more flour or do we just deal with it?
Yeah, add some more flour. Guys, this is going to be the best matzah you have ever made, no matter how it turns out.
Well, since this is the only matzah I've ever made.
I know.
Exactly.
Yes, Jeff. I know that. All right, mine's coming together. I'm having a nice doughy,
But there's
nice
All
dry
right,
dough.
we're
It kind of
going for
looks
it. Here we
like.
go.
mention that if there's a lot of extra flour back
No, it
Yeah,
doesn't.
don't worry. If there's extra flour, that's okay. Guys, this is all graded on a curve, right? And I know you want to have the best matzah possible. You're all doing just fine. So
Rabbi
I did
Brian, have
think...
you ever noticed that when adults get together to do something, we're really nervous about directions?
Yes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of...
Yeah.
We're nervous, aren't we? Anybody feeling a little bit twitchy
We're
these
just a
days?
nervous bunch of
Jumpy?
people.
Yeah. It's a scary time. Weird time. It's a weird time with
It takes
coming
like
out of
30
COVID.
minutes to wash the matzah out. Just not
Annie's complaining while she's washing her hands out. She wants you to know that it's difficult to get the dry dough off of your hands. There we go. I have what feels like my dough. It's a very dense.
Here's a butter knife, Annie.
Yeah.
Use a butter knife to get the dry dough off your hands.
I did not think of that.
That's actually a really good idea.
Thank you, Jeff.
So, Brian,
Okay. Yes.
what do I do with all this?
Hi, Jeff. It's nice to hear your voice again.
All right. I'm gonna
What's happening?
clear off. I think I probably only used about 4 tablespoons of water. Yeah. That's great,
No,
Jane.
don't throw more.
That's great.
Doesn't it need more water or something?
Just
Need more
needs
water.
to be worked a little more.
BRB.
Oh, I am RB. See, that's a nerd
Add
joke.
more water to it?
No, that's really good.
Hey, Brian, suggestion for those making matzah for the first time.
That's all
Don't
of
tell
us.
everybody how damn good it is, because then you have to make 50,000 recipes in order for them to taste it.
Look at all this
That's right.
on the bottom. It's fun.
Hey Brian, quick question.
Yeah.
When we get to the baking tray part, can we use one that has holes, like a holy tray, or do you not use a holy tray?
Why don't you do that and tell us in 10 minutes how it turns out?
Sounds good.
Please, do all of our trays need to be holy? Is that a requirement?
Yes.
Anointed with
So I'm cutting
sacred
the
water.
I'm cutting this into about 8 to 12 pieces. I'm finding that smaller is better.
Look at those cute little triangles.
Oh, our screen might have
Your
frozen a little
camera's
bit.
frozen.
Yeah, we're frozen. But your head is not.
Okay, I'm here.
Oh, wait. Command. It was command 1.
Try
Yeah,
2.
the camera's off.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is the dough like a little sticky when you're done?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like Play-Doh a little bit.
Okay.
Guys, I apologize for a second.
it's beautiful.
I need full concentration powers here because something has gone wrong with our cameras.
Oh, there's a question in the thread about do you grease
no,
the do you have to
no,
grease
no,
the pan?
No, I'm not talking to you right now.
Well, according to our recipe, I don't know.
No,
Does
you
it
don't
say,
need
Annie?
to. No, you do not need to grease the pan.
No greasing of the pan. Thank you.
Where is?
Also, I saw
Alright.
Hannah's dough. Hannah, can you hold that up to the screen? Wait. Oh my god. Wait.
There we go. Amy.
Your dough camera's back.
Shit. No, it was. I think I lost it again.
No.
No, I see you moving.
No, I-
I see your
I
elbow.
see
moving.
Okay, there we go. I'm back on dough cam. Yay! Okay, so we have these little Play-Doh balls. You're going flouring your work surface will keep the flour from sticking to your surface.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Do we make them all into balls?
Yes, sir.
No.
You're gonna make them into balls and then roll them out. Rolling pins are really useful. So while we're making them, I'm gonna tell you there's a myth out there that some of you might have heard that matzah must be made within 18 minutes. And how that's commonly misheard is that people say matzah must be made
Do I just do
within 18 minutes of the flour touching the water.
What?
And that's, first of all, why? Okay, but then there's a thing in the Talmud, so you can tell anyone, when you tell them you made matzah, and they'll say, oh, well, did you make it within 18 minutes? And you're going to say, there's no need for making it within 18 minutes, because even in the Talmud it says the clock doesn't start until you've stopped playing with it. So what we're doing right now of moving the matzah along is, so long as you're moving the dough,
How thin should it be?
you're going to try to make it really thin.
So,
At the
super
end.
thin. Thinner than that.
And I can use a rolling pin?
Yeah, rolling pin's a great idea. So it's so long as we're playing with the dough and Maimonides, and if you can quote Maimonides in a Jewish argument, it's basically
You win.
yeah,
You
it's
win,
basically
yeah.
it's like it's a win. So Maimonides even said you can play with the dough from morning till night, and it
Oh,
still
yeah,
doesn't
that's
become
awesome.
unkosher. I don't know what's happening with our camera.
Okay, so it should be like this then.
It doesn't matter because I have a kosher kit.
You have a kosher. What's that? I
Kosher
didn't.
kit.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
A kosher.
I got my labels here.
Oh, DIY kosher kit. This isn't what DIY.
Oh, good. A kosher kid. I apologize. Our camera went out again, and I'm.
Everything's kosher. We have the kit also.
Good. Jeffrey, you distributed those to a few people. I hope they enjoyed.
I gave them to both my sisters and both my nieces who are actually making Seder over Zoom this year.
Nice. Well, I hope they have an easier year now.
This is bothersome.
One does keep
No.
kosher, so I hope she got the humor of it.
I hope so,
Dad, is
and
this
the
thin
learning
enough? Should I
behind
have
it.
to
Annie,
see through?
go for thinner. I don't know where the camera's gone.
Oh, clever. There's a clever comment. We're using wine bottles as rolling pins.
But you just have to drink the rolling pins after.
That's very creative. I say yay for wine bottles as rolling pins. Oh, more than one. Very clever.
All
How
right.
flat?
So this
How
thing-
flat are they supposed to be?
So
When
pretty
you roll them
thing.
out.
If you hold it up to the light, you can kind of see further. Oh, we're
A
on.
window pane test a la Paul Hollywood.
Yeah, you shouldn't see like directly through it, but you should see now.
All right.
Just as much as you can roll it out without breaking.
All right, we are back on Rabbi Cam, so yay.
Dad, what do I do with my phone?
Oh, and when they have been rolled out to a suitable amount, you're going to put it on the baking sheet, and then you have to attack the thing with a fork.
Oh, that's great.
And that's going to keep as many air bubbles
Nice shot.
out as possible.
Nice shot.
Hold on.
Are you okay with that?
If you have a pasta machine, this part we're doing right now is really
So
easy.
Oh.
Do they spread, or can I put them close together on the
They
sheet?
do not spread.
Okay.
Can I show you?
Yeah, and here Annie's going to bring in.
You just poke it a lot.
And last year we made a few designs with our pokies.
Oh yeah, like hearts or.
Oh, cookie cutter.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, there's a trick. Here, let me try to show you.
Not good.
If you're having a hard time picking up your matzah, you can throw it on your rolling pin
And then put it
and
on.
then transfer it over to the. Mine's not that thin that I had to, but I saw Kim, the professional, do that, and it was really cool. So, Nikki, you made this last year,
And the lid.
Did for the first time, yep.
and people made you make it again?
Well, I have lots of friends who don't bake. I bake, so I like it. And I was telling them how amazing it is compared to the cardboard version.
Right.
And I didn't make very much last year. And I think I just did what I did with you. And so this year they go, so you making matzah? And now I have like 5 other people I have to make matzah for. So I'm not looking forward to next year.
You're so nice,
This is really
Nikki.
fun.
Next year, just charge them for it.
Yeah, like $5 a matzah.
So I'm trying to bring us back to long time. I'm putting my first few are going into the oven for 10 minutes, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Oh, no. No.
Mason,
Are you rolling?
Joe, how are you enjoying the show?
It is really entertaining.
Oh, let's talk a little bit about Passover, because, Rabbi. Passover commemorates freedom. It's a story of freedom, and it's interesting to think about a culture and what stories that culture tells, and how important that story is to that culture. And in Judaism, our freedom holiday, Passover, it's the big one. 90-something% of Jews recognize and do something for it. And one of the reasons it's sociologists think that's true is because this celebration of freedom is done in the home, mainly done in the house, and you do it with your family. And the rules are for telling the story is that you tell the story of freedom, how that makes sense to you. And the liturgy can be different as so long as you're telling the story of freedom. And matzah, the story of matzah, if you go with the biblical story's got more holes in it than a donut. In the biblical story, Moses says, we will go celebrate this festival to the people of Israel before the plagues. They knew they were going. It even says in the text, make sure to go borrow all the good gold and silver from your Egyptian friends because you're going to be leaving town. And they had no problem at all knowing ahead of time. So the story that we ate this bread because it's a feast of unleavened bread because we didn't have time to know that we were leaving, that's a boba maisa, right? That's totally just that's a part of the story. We do this in celebration of freedom, and the rabbis say that Passover is about leaven. It's the stuff that puffs us up and makes us feel overly important and grandiose. And the idea of Passover is to get ourselves over being grandiose. I'd say a little more. There's a play in the Hebrew on the word for Egypt. The word for Egypt in Hebrew is Mitzrayim. And it doesn't matter what the word is, but it matters because in Hebrew, if you use those consonants in any other context, it means constriction. So it's not, in Hebrew, when you're talking about going to freedom, it's about leaving the place of constriction. Because that's what Mitzrayim meant. It meant constriction. And so another idea of Passover is that we are liberated, but from what are we liberated? From our thinking, from our habits? No, what we're liberated from is the places of constriction. And you can I don't like going woo-woo, but you can feel that. You know what it feels like to be less constricted. And so as part of that tradition, we eat matzah. Let's talk about 1503. The recipe you're using is based on a recipe that a woman named Maria Sanchez told to the Spanish inquisitors in 1503 because Maria Sanchez saw Angelina de Leon go to the communal oven and make these flat bread that we're making right now. And it says in the Inquisition annals, it says she took eggs and a kazayit of pepper, an egg's amount of pepper and this amount of water. And the recipes are from the Inquisition. There are whole cookbooks from the Spanish Inquisition, which is totally a wacky idea that we are still eating foods that was the confiscated foods of people 500 plus years ago. Such a fun idea.
Okay. Hey, Emma.
How are we doing, little matzah makers?
In the oven. You in the poke.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Yeah,
I have a joke for you.
only for me? Can
I'm
anyone else hear it?
well, they can hear it, but I'm not sure they're going to think it's as funny as you will.
Okay, I'm ready.
And that's also to let everyone know that if you don't get it, that's okay. There's a little inside Jewish humor in this one.
All right. So that means I have to explain it to them. Is that the deal?
Well, somebody will. But here it goes. Jeffrey, what do you call a condom filled with matzah meal?
Oh my Dad.
Oh, God.
Hey guys, I made my first one.
Oh my!
That's it?
Okay. Tell me, Rabbi, what do you call a condom filled with matzah meal?
Pesach.
Is this the PG version of Passover, or?
Pesach means kosher for Passover. Yes.
PG-13.
Oh.
How does it taste, Allison?
Wait a second.
Is it good?
Ask to unmute.
It's good.
Allison, show it again.
Yeah, it needs more pepper.
Show us your there it is. Look at
Nice.
That is
Good
some
job.
Nice
What
matzah.
a beautiful this was the holy tray, but we forgot to punch holes in the matzah. So tray was good, matzah not good, but tastes good. So it
Nice.
works.
How matzah not
Yep.
good? Did you say matzah not good?
She said she forgot to put the holes in the matzah, but it went on the holy tray, so maybe that evens it out. I don't know.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
You know, it's interesting. You said if it's rainy, you might need more flour or less liquid. It's been raining biblical where we are. I had to add cups of more flour to
Right?
get it not sticky. Cups and cups.
It's amazing. You don't think about it.
Has your furnace been running a lot?
That's a good question too.
Because that will dry out the air in your house quite a bit.
But we're fortunate here in Honolulu. We have no furnace, but we have a lot of moisture.
Yeah, but it's humid as all get out. You might as well be swimming in a pool.
Yeah.
Okay, Mary Matzah Makers. And Alex, thank you as always for moving the spotlights over and to where they should be.
How long do you put it in the oven for?
10 minutes.
10 minutes and check.
Thank you.
Hi, Annie.
Who said that?
Lipman's. The Lipman's said hi, Annie.
Aw, hi. This is.
So here are the two more words to know. Something that's kosher for Passover, we use the word Pesach. P-E-S-A-D-I-C. Pesach means kosher for Passover. And anything that's not kosher for Passover, it's one of those words that starts with a C-H, the ch. It's chametz. C-H-A-M-E-T-Z. Chametz. Chametz means something that's not kosher for Passover. What you are making right now, obviously, is totally kosher for Passover. Because you
Even
say
though we
so.
use flour?
Say it again?
Oh, hold on. I went too far away. Even though we're using flour?
Okay, let me get here comes close up on Rabbi.
Oh, God, Dad.
So the rule is you're supposed to have nothing leavened in it, so just water and flour. And so long as we just have water and flour, it's nothing leavened in it. It would start to leaven itself over enough time, but we're baking it pretty quickly, so it's not puffing up. It's.
I like your heart, Annie.
It's kind of misformed.
How long does it go in the oven for?
10 minutes.
About 10 minutes.
We're on waiting for matzah.
Yeah, we have a lot of matzah in the oven because we're making 2 or 3 batches. That's not ready.
They're going in a little thick.
From Jesse to everyone, hi, Les. And from Darla, thanks for doing this. I'm doing the Daniel fast for 10 days, no leaven to everything, so this is great.
Oh, good.
Hats off to you for fasting for 10 days.
Oh my God.
So I'll give you a story. So officially, to make something kosher for Passover, there's a rule that's done where the rule was if you put water and flour together, it starts to leaven after a certain amount of time. The rule does not state that you can't leaven flour You only can't leaven it past the 18 minutes as so long as you're playing with it as if it was flour and water. But you can use undiluted fruit juice, which is sweeter than water anyway. You can use undiluted fruit juice to make kosher for Passover cakes. So that's why you can go to bakeries and they have kosher for Passover cakes, because they didn't leaven with flour and water, which is verboten for anything except matzah. They leavened with flour and apple juice, which to me is like, you are totally breaking the rule. And then that got me thinking, like, why am I listening to what they say the rules are? All right, glad we got there.
Hi to my college friend Emily from Jane.
This is like, it's a little bit like a radio show we're doing here.
It does feel like that. Shout out to, shout out from. I like it.
Wait, how did you change? Wait,
What are you doing?
where is that camera?
That camera
Oh,
broke,
the
so I moved this
E-cam?
in.
No, but look, the E-cam.
This one's not working.
Yes, it is.
It is again?
It is.
Gosh darn it.
Rabbi?
Yeah.
Hi, Jane.
Hold on. Yeah.
I have a really random question.
Oh, good.
Do really intense Jews who are, very strictly kosher, do they make their pets kosher too?
So the answer is going to be yes, because they're not going to have any grain in the house at all, which will go as far as not having any dog food with grain in it, or not having any cologne that has alcohol that's derived from grain as propellant. So there's special kosher for Passover fragrances.
That's so interesting.
And then just here's my favorite one of where like the train jumped the rail a few miles back, is there's kosher for Passover milk. And you think, what? Is that the cows were fed no grain for the 2 months leading up to Passover.
That's intense. You know what? That makes sense.
No, it
I
doesn't.
get that.
No, it doesn't.
No, it does.
Our next shout out is from the Lippmans to Jane. Hi, Jane.
Kosher for Passover Coca-Cola.
Oh, that would be so.
Yeah,
I
so
didn't even
that's
know.
part of
Oh,
it.
that's interesting.
So wait, so Eli, you want to tell them why we have it? You want me to?
Yeah, so for like a week around before Passover, a couple weeks before Passover, they actually changed the caps on all of their Coke. You'll notice this. It's like orange or yellow caps. And corn syrup, they use regular sugar, regular cane sugar, because corn is also...
Well, now, corn is hilarious because corn was kosher for Passover for the longest time, and then anything derived from corn was kosher for Passover. And then at a certain point, when we came up with corn syrup, which is doing dastardly things to corn syrup was declared to be not kosher for Passover, and therefore Coca-Cola at this time of year will often be... Boy, my cameras are just jumping around. Coca-Cola at this...
Wait, can we see it again? Can we see the Coke again?
Oh, we don't have it, unfortunately. We should go get it. We like a Mexican Coke because it tastes more like if you've ever had the Coke in the bottle or been to Mexico and had Mexican Coke. It's made with cane sugar instead of corn syrup, which became the standard for how we sweeten beverages in the United States.
And the Mexican Coke actually tastes better. And for those of you who are fortunate enough to have a Costco membership, you can usually find the Mexican Coke in bottles that's made with cane sugar. Way tastier. We did a blind taste test once.
Probably better for you.
Sugared Coke tastes better, and it wins.
Anybody who's completed the baking, how thin is the matzah supposed to be? Ours is a little too thick, it seems.
Yeah, ours are coming out a little bit like pancakes as well. So
Yeah,
I'm flipping them over and doing them again.
Yeah.
So they put them back in for another 10 minutes?
I did about another,
I'm making them
almost 10.
I'm making them really thin now.
But
because they
then
keep
lower the heat a little bit. So you're not going to brown so much. You're going to just be drying it out.
We did ours really thin, and it turned out well. I think that the person who held theirs up to the light and saw the light come through it, that was the right methodology.
Yeah, window. Good.
It looks just like a matzah. Let's taste it. It's really hot.
It's going to be really hot.
Really hot.
So, and this, it is definitely better 2 days from now.
Oh, yeah.
Do you
refrigerate it, Rabbi?
No,
So,
no, just a
so
box.
it's like a brisket.
Yeah, like a brisket.
Tastes like a brisket.
No, nothing.
And think about it.
This
Then a
is
few days
so
from now.
fun. Hey, Emmett.
Mmm. Ooh, I like.
I'm gonna make a mini matcha.
Mmm.
While
You
we are,
made yours with the flaxseed? It's good? Yeah, I made mine with flaxseed egg replacer because I didn't have any eggs.
Ooh.
I also used almond flour because we got some from Imperfect.
Damn.
And it's like extra nutty. I'm super into it.
good. The
I'm gonna
bread,
eat this whole tray. I'm gonna have to make
that,
more.
that might be dangerous.
Oh, that's good. Good for you.
Dang.
Here,
I've actually never had
Here, this is
matzah even from a box.
Oh, mine is
I'm really glad I have it now.
Oh, it's awful.
You can
It's
just,
awful. Don't do it.
you can just eat the box. It's the same.
I like it.
I actually like the box stuff.
So do I.
Mom likes it.
Okay.
I like it too,
I'm
but
go-
it tastes like a saltine cracker. With
No,
no
it
salt.
doesn't.
And not as light.
Yeah,
Like
that's
it
how
tastes
you
like
can tell if
like
it's
a
good or
heavy
bad
saltine
matzah.
cracker.
So mine has turned out it looks better on the bottom than the top. Should I be
Flip it.
putting it back in? So
You
that's
can.
the bottom.
Yeah, we flipped ours too.
Ooh, yours looks like a tortilla.
It might be too thick because I have to do this. It's too hot still. So the one side is still kind of,
Maybe flip it.
yeah, I might put it back in because the bottom looks good.
The bottom looks great. Yeah.
That's awesome. Maybe just flip it like you would a pancake.
Yep. Flip it like you would a pancake.
Or put it back in after you turn the oven off and leave it for a little bit, and that'll crisp it up.
Dry it out a little
Brian,
more. Yeah.
Brian, I have a question.
Yes.
Quick question. We had to start all over because I screwed up, but we're on our way now. We're ready to put it in the oven. How long does it stay in the oven?
Check it after 10 minutes and then check it after 5 and see. It has to do with how hot, how dry, how thin.
Okay, and you want to make holes in it because I kind of was missing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
fork.
That with the fork, you take out all your frustrations.
Okay, and you want the dough to be really thin, correct?
The thinner it is, the crisper, the less
It
chewy.
gets.
Yeah.
Okay, good. We're back on course.
You
Yay.
got it, Dietz family.
It's delicious.
Hi, Brett, Landon. I saw Landon for a second.
Oh, now wash your hands first. Oh, woo! Getting toasty. Here's my bed.
Mm.
Hot.
Good job.
Woo!
Oh, that is gone.
We did.
Hi, Rabbi. I couldn't get on my.
Oh, hi, Ruth.
Oh,
Yeah,
mine's
I
fine.
made the matzah, but I didn't know I was supposed to roll it out. So I've got cookies.
Matzah cookies.
How are they, Ruth?
Add some frosting.
Will, unmute. We can't hear you, Will. Unmute.
Ruth?
You're still muted. Will in Hawaii?
No,
There
Yes.
you go. Okay. There you go. Now tell
Well, I was just relating that funny story from Ruth that she has matzah cookies to other people in my kitchen.
There I am.
Hi, Ruth. Can we see your matzah cookies?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes. You have to
Those
add
look
a
like
lot more
biscotti. People pay good money for that.
That's good.
Good
point.
job, Ruth.
Question in the chat: if these are better in a few days, how is it best to store them?
A paper bag or a box?
Tupperware.
I had you on my
Paper bag or box?
See,
Okay, paper bag or box.
You can put it in anything, just don't close it tight.
Nothing.
Don't see what.
We have the husband's seal of approval in the Tyler household. The genteel is pleased.
I don't even know. I have to my.
All right.
Okay.
Anyone else done with a batch that they can show? Oh, and also, if you would please take a selfie with your matzah and send it to me. I have a collection of people's, if it feels comfy to you. I have a collection of just different people's matzahs, and it delights me so much to see that all these people have made.
Rabbi Brian, will you please make that into a coffee table book?
All the different matzahs of people.
Yeah, I want like the big coffee table like photograph book of just people
making
with matzahs.
making matzah from 1503.
Yeah, I
It's
think
pretty
that
cool.
would be pretty awesome.
All right, so if you want to be in the book, you know what you have to do.
If it sticks to the baking tray, does that mean there's too much water in it?
And I think so.
Yes. So add more
Flour.
Add more flour.
I think you should also make T-shirts.
What is
1503.
1503. I did actually wind up. I talked with a buddy yesterday, and it winds up that his aunt and uncle took a cookie business and scaled it. And I thought, what are the chances that I know somebody whose aunt and uncle just scaled a cookie business in Los Angeles? And so I'm going to talk to them about scaling the matzah business.
You have a taker on the T-shirt offer.
T-shirts first. Oh, those are really thin. That's great.
That's mom's.
Oh, we're going to show mom's ones.
We have so
These are really
much
thin.
matzah.
I don't know if you can see how thin, but Jane wins.
Let's
Like,
see.
you
Let's
can,
see,
You
James.
can barely see.
I don't want to pick them up because they move. Thin it out, Janie.
They're like you. I can actually see my dad's there.
Yeah, if you can see through it, it's a good matzah.
Yay, Jane.
Here's mine.
This one could be
Let's
thin.
take a look. Alex, can you spotlight Nikki?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Let's see.
Great.
You are a professional.
Oh,
ain't you?
Nikki, look at that. That's
These
like
are impressive. Woo, Nikki.
Nice.
The recipe. It's not me, it's the recipe.
It's all the love you put into your matzah.
Is that what it is?
Darla, you look like you're enjoying yours.
Oh my gosh, I haven't had anything like this in 6 days.
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't that the golden rule? Love your matzah as yourself.
that's it. I forgot. I totally forgot. I forgot. Annie just reminded me. If you want a little extra, toss a little bit of salt before you bake.
It's so much better.
Oh.
So you add a little bit of crunch and saltiness.
It makes it.
I forgot about that.
Well, our first tray looked like cookies. The second tray are much thinner and much better.
Can we see?
Here.
Annie,
No.
can you make it so I can see?
Yeah, one time.
That corner
There you go.
right there. Nice.
Very nice.
Then we have the cookie ones that are
Oh, look at them like Hawaii. Pick up your matzah again.
They taste just as good.
Very nice.
Our matzah tastes amazing.
Is it?
Here, hold them up so I can add you to the spotlight.
Thank you, Alex.
Will and Michelle, please hold up your matzah one more time.
Woo!
Oh, gosh. Beautiful.
Bravo!
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Bravo!
All right, hold on. Must selfie.
So there's a whole tray that's already been consumed. Oh well.
Oh,
That's
it's
what
so
you do, right?
good.
Make it,
So
eat
good.
it.
All right, Rabbi, you're doing the selfie.
Sorry, wait, I got lost.
Yay!
Good, thank you for the selfie. For the coffee table book.
Just out of curiosity, so this is an ongoing tradition. This is the second year now. How
No.
many people did this last year versus who's new this year?
Good question, good question.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Matzah.
We are new this year.
New.
New.
Last year.
I'm new.
Last year.
We were here last year.
Last year.
Last year.
Never-
Look down.
It sounded like about a fourth and three-fourths. I don't know. Half and half. I don't know.
Oh my god, this matzah is so good.
Well, Rabbi Brian, this is my new favorite Passover tradition, even more than the Seder.
It's so good.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. This is
Thumbs up from the
fun.
Horner family.
Oh, whoop, whoop.
But no pressure. I'm expecting this next year too.
I'm up for doing it.
You could do a T-shirt each year. How many years you've done it? You know.
Totally.
We have a lot. There's a lot of merchandising.
It says
like
last year to have done this recipe for 6 years. That's the Lippman household.
Yeah. So the recipe has been going since 2007, maybe. I've been doing it for a long while with groups of people, but then there was this pandemic, and then there was this Zoom thing, and then everyone started doing everything together.
And now we're all sick of
And now we're. It's been
Pretty
a rough
cool how
year.
much of the United States is represented today.
Yeah.
We do have.
Question: my friend got some 1503 matzah from Bake Shop, and it was browner and crispier. Do you know what Kim does differently?
She employs magic elves. I don't know.
Magic elves. Okay. Magic elves.
She does. I've seen her do it live. I don't know what.
Chocolate
Here's
stripe
my matzah.
Magic elves.
Can you see my matzah's just right out of the oven?
Very nice, Kathleen.
Thank
Very
you.
nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Yes, I'll be taking a selfie.
Thank you. It will be in the book.
I just tagged you on Instagram, Rabbi.
Oh, nice. Tag Rabbi _Brian 1970.
Can you take this away? Here we go.
I just sent you my selfie.
I made mine with whole wheat. It looks pretty good. It's kind of chewy.
All right, stay put, Kelly, so we can get
All
it.
right.
Okay,
So
there you
this
go.
is whole wheat.
Very nice.
Very good. It's pretty good. It's a little
Nice.
Yeah.
Allison says, thank you so much, Brian, and everybody. Let's do this again next year, and everybody wear a t-shirt.
Matzah maker.
Hey Joe, whose baby are you taking care of?
That's a grandchild crib. So whatever grandkid comes over and needs a nap, that's where they sleep.
I had the same arrangement.
It just makes it easier for the mamas.
But I can barely even do it. It's okay.
No, absolutely.
Oh, no.
But it's definitely not any of my babies anymore. My babies are 37 and 33.
They really squish. They communicate.
You're a great grandma, Ruth?
From Will and Michelle. Thanks again, Rabbi. This is great. Happy Passover, everyone. See you next year.
Thumbs up.
Candy, are you doing the forks?
But I can do all with all.
Does anybody else have matzah that they want to show that they
Oh,
haven't
yes,
had a
I
chance
do.
to show yet?
Annie does.
Okay, hang on. Let me
Oh,
spotlight
yeah.
people one at a
wait,
time. Okay, here's one. There we go.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That looks really nice. Okay. All right. And now take a bite. There you go.
Yummy.
Okay. Who else has one that hasn't had a chance to show? Okay, let me hang on 1 second. I'm going to do these one at a time.
Oh, good job. Oh, nice. Very nice.
Look
Look
at
at the lip Lippman.
Yeah, look at that. Hey, the square one is, love the square
Wow.
one.
Can you make a matzah?
Very nice.
Right? Let me look this. Okay, 3-year-old taste tester.
All right, here we go. Give it a count there.
Blow.
Hi, Sandy.
Is it good?
What?
Is it good?
Good? He's thinking about it. Is it good, sweetheart? Yes, it's good.
Good job, Sam.
Question in the chat, is there Saturday service during Passover?
Oh, yeah.
It's
So good.
Saturday service or the matzah?
Yeah.
I like to be
Okay. Whoever's still on the phone, whoever's still on the line, I have a little request. Jane doesn't cook ever. Annie, when was the last time Mom made you a dinner?
When I was 2, and she made me.
She
a
doesn't,
smoothie.
and she feels like she deserves a little extra. Atta girl. So if you can spotlight the Jane cam.
So freaking proud of you.
Never gonna happen. It's not gonna happen till next year again.
Well, that was great. I'm going to enjoy that
This is
pizza
some
challah.
of her matzah. Yeah, this is some of her
Outside
matzah.
your comfort zone.
Way
Good
to go,
job,
Jane.
Whoop, whoop.
Way to go. We are out. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone. Bye. Thank you.
Alex, Joe, who are watching like hawks.
Thank you, Rabbi Brian.
Thank you. Bye, Kathleen.
Bye.
How
Oh,
many?
look at how big that one is. Look how big
SJ,
it is.
really?
Oh, that's fantastic.
What goes really well with it is the smug look on her face. That's the part. Yeah, that's fantastic.
I used to be just like Jane.
You didn't.
So
eat-
You used to only eat white food, which was the weirdest thing.
Well, Matzah's white, so
How did you make it that size?
it was something for SJ.
Well done. How did you do, Sari?
We got regular matzah. Ellery's matzah's still in the oven. It has, I think, a minute or 2 left.
Nice.
And we did some on the broiling. Can you see that?
Oh yeah, how'd that turn out?
Oh.
Yeah, so that it would get the heat from underneath.
How'd that go?
No, that's not why. Why did we do it?
No, I said, how is that not hot? It just came.
No, it's
It's actually
hot.
not
Yeah, it's
hot.
not that hot. So, yeah, hopefully it'll be okay to get off.
Okay.
Lucy, did you see your sign from Annie? Annie said, hi, Lucy.
Oh,
No,
that's
you
nice.
said, that's why I was I'm following through the. I think what I'm saying is that, yeah, like that and stuff. that you're
Well,
saying.
this is my breakfast. And lunch.
And what?
And dinner.
Alex, Joe, how many people do we still have live?
13.
With us? Oh, hi. And how is everyone in there? What is our baking to voyeur ratio?
What?
I'm still baking.
We still have people baking. That's great.
Oh,
That's
okay.
great.
But I did my first batch. I'm on my second.
Yeah, we're still baking our first batch.
Nice. Okay.
I redid my first
Let's
batch.
show yours again, because I just spotlighted you 1:00 after you put your matzah in.
Oh, nice.
That looks good, Les.
I like that.
Good. Looks very good.
Oh, that's
Yay, Leslie. Wait, what side is the darker side? The one that was on the pan, or the one that was?
I think so. I flipped it. So
Yeah.
It tastes more like a cookie than it does
It-
matzah. But
no,
It
no, no,
does?
no,
Is it
no.
sweet?
This
Yeah, it's
tastes
sweet,
the
'cause I
way
have, like,
matzah's supposed to
honey in it.
taste.
Dad,
I love watching all the bakers eat their baked goods. That's really fun. That's really
Oh,
fun.
look at that star shapes. You made little stars.
Right on.
Okay, we definitely need selfies of those. Thank you. Those are amazing. Yeah.
Thank you.
So Sarah Jean, take that. There you go. We've leveled up in our matzah making challenge. I think. Wait, next year I think we'll have enough people who have done it enough times that we can have a
Would you
competition.
guys, so Shannon, so would you please hold yours up one more time for me, please?
Yeah, I think we do
That one
the
was so good, I got a screen snapshot of that one.
annual
How did
matzah
you do?
bake
How'd
off.
you do the stars with such neat corner? How'd you do that?
I'm inspired to take a turn at rolling that.
Awesome.
Mom. Can you make these small ones? Can you make small ones? Well, this one. We're gonna have to reroll it.
Very so cute.
Make a little
All right.
I'm getting tired of. Somebody needs to take over rolling my.
Okay,
Here.
I'll do that.
I've run out of.
You've run out of steam.
There's 12 people left, so.
All right,
They
people.
win. Oh,
I'm
look,
thinking-
oh my god, look at.
Everybody.
I'm still impressed with the size at the Lippman house. That's what I'm just saying. That's really great. That's a lot of stuff.
These have to be.
When,
You want me to do it?
and the other thing is, in our house, we don't hesitate to like eat off of each other's face. So like,
How,
you can see there's
how darling.
people.
That's just family love right there.
That's
right
it.
there in that one piece of big matzah. Family love all over the place.
Or we're teaching our children to become thieves.
Nice.
Well,
I'm gonna show off my.
Nice, dude.
very nice, Mary. Very nice.
Yeah, this is not my cooking. This is Ellery's cooking. It's really, really almost perfect.
Good job,
It's
Al.
in the shape of Israel.
And where it's burned, that's not a prediction.
And here is the desert. Right, exactly. Exactly. Here's another one, same shape. And the third one, same shape.
Well done.
Nice.
Well
Very
done.
nice.
Did a good job. Next year in Israel. Next year in
No.
Jerusalem.
Well, that's a traditional thing you end Passover with. That's the last line of the Passover Seder is this year, next year in Israel, next year may we all be free.
Oh.
Next year in Jerusalem. And-
Oh, that's cool.
yeah,
last year, next year they're going.
Can you tell Mom, can you tell Dad, can you tell Sarah Jean that I'm
Hey,
gonna
Rabbi,
keep
can I
her
tell you a cool thing?
say it again.
I'm gonna keep
Um,
her on the biggest
My Spanish ancestors, the ones who were kicked out,
Mm.
come from the same area as Angelina.
Oh, from Leon.
Yep. Yeah, in fact, my great grandmother's surname is Leon.
Oh, that's so cool. So this is your family's matzah recipe.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Nice to think that, wouldn't it?
Well, that
And you're a mayor too, eh?
Dad,
Yeah.
Dad.
yes, sweetie. That's really nice.
Oh, I'm getting thinner.
Yeah, they're much better the thinner they are, aren't they?
Hey, Mom.
Uh-oh. Jane has a kitchen-related injury now.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
She's going to be out of commission for about a year.
Darn it. Oh no.
Jane, do you need me to call 911?
No, we don't do that in Portland.
Oh, okay.
They're mainly fascists.
Was that your outside voice?
Was that my outside voice? Sorry.
Yes, you did say that out loud.
Rabbi Brian Phoenix wants to say hi to you. I
Oh,
don't
hi,
know if you-
Phoenix.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hi.
Are you eating matzah?
Yeah, that's the original matzah that I brought because they had never eaten matzah before. So
Now-
they compare and contrast.
Yeah. What
I
you
think
want
we're
to
gonna
do,
do
Phoenix,
much better.
is put a lot of butter on that stuff.
I know, and a little salt.
Yeah.
Cream cheese
Or
and
cream
And
cheese and lox.
Charosis. Charosis is the best thing.
That's a good one too.
Do you have a good charosis recipe?
No, I
Do
don't.
you ever make charosis?
Yeah. I do all the time. It depends on what kind of pears and apples I can find. Throw
You
some
could be your
nuts in.
mother.
I always make it, and then Jane tells me what needs to be changed. She's good like that.
Well, I
You
never
do.
prepared.
You
I mean,
do.
I
I
never
make
ate
it.
any charosis with pears in it. That's it. That's a new addition that I heard of.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
sort of the artisanal version.
I mean,
EJ Library. I don't know if you've heard of it.
What is it?
Oh yeah, you should know about that,
EJ
Susie.
Library. EJ Library is an organization that exists in various different metro areas and very different things across the country, and is funded to give kids books, Jewish books, once a month, and they mail free Jewish books, right? But they today are doing a charoset making. My kids are cooking Passover today. This morning we did matzah, and this afternoon they're doing a roasted baking program.
And Susie, you should also look at it because they'll send the kids a book.
Wait. What were we saying, Brian?
I said you should look at it because they'll send the kids each a book every month.
Oh, you get you a new book. Do you belong to PJ Library? Oh, Jen already belongs to it.
Good job, Jen.
I can teach the kids about their
See? PJ Library. She's doing the teaching. Jen.
Good job, Jen.
Jen, by the way, saved our matzah because our first batch was
No.
really bad.
Was
First
it-
of all, I put too much pepper in, and it looked like it was all pepper. And it was too sticky. We couldn't get it.
Was
over.
it still better than the store bought or no?
No, that we threw out. We started over again completely, and ours is in the oven now. It's looking good.
Oh, let me check.
And it smells great. Look, Jesse.
I know, it looks awesome.
Oh, this one got. I forgot to get one.
My sweet one waving. Hi, little Phoenix waving. Hello. Hello. Did you like your matzah, sweetie? Hi. You liked it? I like it.
12 minutes this time? Was that other one done?
This is my goodness.
I've ever made. It's very dark on the bottom.
We have an extra. I think I like it.
Hey, do we want to take that over to show
We
them?
have to remember the photos. I put them on the plate.
Here, guys.
Guys, here, you can take yourself. This is our matzah. They're showing you the
Oh, there's your matzah.
Good job.
Oh, right there. Let me spotlight you. Hold on 1 second.
It's really hot, right out of the oven.
Nice matzah.
Very good. You did very good.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Phoenix.
Hello, Phoenix. Hello, Phoenix's sister and mommy.
Madeline.
Hi, Madeline.
Then our first batch is done. Hey, Spurt, I tried it.
Really good, but it's too
What are we going to do with all this matzah? I'm going to eat it. I have already eaten one batch. Hey, guys.
Yeah. Hi.
Phoenix, how old are you?
5.5.
5.5. Are you in kindergarten yet?
No, not yet.
Next year? Okay.
Leslie,
Madeline, how old are you, honey?
8.5.
Third grade?
Second.
Second grade.
Nice
I
one.
mean,
I'm gonna be this. Buddy, I'm gonna be in the same grade first. Second. Yeah. Next year though.
Hey, Jesse.
Yeah, but stop.
Jesse, it's Jane here. I still can't believe that you're not like a year past your bar mitzvah.
it's insane to me that it's been that long.
It's been a long
Brian,
time.
I've known you
dude.
for almost 30 years.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
I'm telling you.
So Jesse, what year was your bar mitzvah?
It was 90. No, what, 90. Was it right after the earthquake?
No, 95.
94 was the earthquake.
I thought it was the year
I
before your
was there.
13th birthday.
No, it was like
It was on
94,
my 13th.
95.
95, yeah, 95.
Yeah, because I had just met Brian.
Yeah.
Oh, I know each of you the same amount of time. That's sweet.
And then it was 12 years later when Brian married us.
That's right.
Yeah.
And now look at you making matzah on a Sunday. I know.
Ironically, on my second, what would have been my bar mitzvah.
Mazel tov.
12 years after I got bar mitzvah.
We're out of business.
It was not there. This is.
Well, if we had a cup, if I still had my Jesse bar mitzvah cup, it would have said the date. I think it was March 4th.
Remember I already told you.
Yes.
They look like
It's almost gone.
Yes.
Are you muted?
It's hard to break.
I mean, you know, cuisine is cuisine, but every.
Almost done. Almost done.
Can I show this one? Annie made it.
Wow.
Isn't that cute? Really
I
cute.
just woke up.
Hi, Alma.
There you go.
How's England?
Show that one again, Rabbi. I spotlit you 1 second after you pulled it away.
Ta-da!
Wow, the hot cute. Very cute.
Super cute. Put red frosting on it.
Bye, y'all. Thank you so much.
Here.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wait, Esther, you're gonna miss it. Look, we're making big ones.
Haha!
Yay, very impressive.
Wow.
If Sarah Jane can do it.
It's kind of an issue of like when you want your kids to do better than you did. Because I was like a mom figure to Sarah Jane. Well, maybe I still am, I don't know. But so she surpassed me because clearly she knows how to cook now. It's very good.
I heard it.
Well, I need to.
Rabbi, did you want me to pause or stop the recording?
Oh, yeah, I think we can. Let's all say goodbye to the people watching this from afar.
Bye.
Glad you watched it. Bye-bye.
Bye.